there are specific leads you should avoid at all costs. I've been doing cold email for the past 7 years, and today we're discussing ESGs. I know I've started with some very strong titles and then moved on to discussing some strange acronyms, but you would understand everything in a second. So what is an ESG? ESG is basically like a gateway that decides whether you land in spam, you don't land at all, or you land in the primary inbox. And the first type of ESGs is the built-in one. So Microsoft has one, Google has one. Those are like default built-in ones. But there's also a thing called third-party ESGs, things like Barracuda or Proofpoint. You see all the main ones on the screen right now. Those are the ones that we're most afraid of. How it actually works. So imagine you're sending an email to a lead. So you send an email, it goes through a built-in ESG and only then lands into the inbox. What happens if they have a third-party ESG is they would have this, I would say like a middle ground of third-party ESG, where your email would go to the ESG gateway, then it would go to the built-in ESG most of the time, and only then land or not land in the primary inbox. Third-party ESGs are a lot more aggressive. They not only stop your emails, but they also can add you to block lists and use, certain tools to make sure you not only not land in a specific primary inbox, but you stop your cold email efforts altogether by damaging your reputation overall. In this case, the good news are we can actually see if there is a third-party ESG, because MX records would tell us that, this user has this middle ground, because MX record would point to the ESG. What it means in practice is we can actually, using, let's say, Instantly AI, for example, if we go to any campaign and add leads to it, and then, open the leads tab in a campaign, you would see a table where you have several columns. The first one is like an ID, then an email, which I obviously blurred, but then you would have the email provider column. So all those ESGs would be listed as other, meaning if it says Google or Microsoft, it means that there is no third-party ESG at the back end of an inbox of the lead. So if it says other, it means that there's a risk that they use third-party ESGs. So what you can do is, after you've uploaded leads to Instantly AI, you can download them back to your computer. And when you download, they would actually be given with an email provider, meaning you would have, Google, other, Microsoft, etc. And then you can use this file and filter out all the other into a separate lead list and then add it to another campaign. So you would isolate all the leads that have other as their email provider, because they're most often just use a third-party ESG, which we want to avoid. In this case, we, as I said, isolate them. We create a separate campaign, and we also try to isolate the inboxes we use for this campaign. Usually, I would suggest you use some inboxes that are, somewhat damaged or burned, not the most valuable inboxes you have. You would use them for those, leads that have other as their inbox provider. Let me know in the comments what cold email topic you want me to cover next. Like and subscribe to the channel to support my efforts of sharing cold email knowledge for free. And if you want to work with me, go to reachspike.com and book a free consultation. Thank you, and see you next time.